How to be blessed. Imagine interpreting in a conference and overtaking the speaker. Well, this happened to me in Toronto, Canada, at the place which is famous for the Toronto Blessing. And they asked if anyone who was there, amongst those who were listening to the conference, could possibly interpret from English into French because they had some French people listening who, well, didn't understand English. So I volunteered and I went up into the little interpreting booth. And as I was interpreting from English into French, uh, the Lord was just blessing me so much. And I mean, it was even easier than usual. And I was going faster and faster. And at a certain moment, I was actually synchronized with the speaker. So, as the same time as the speaker was speaking in English, I was giving the translation in French. It was like totally simultaneous and synchronized. And already the people who had the headsets on for the translation, they were beginning to look behind where the interpreter's booth is, right at the back, and wondering how it's possible for the interpreter to interpret at exactly the same time as the speaker is speaking. Now, uh, God is the one who has the best humor. He has the greatest sense of humor, and he's always making me laugh. And what God did is absolutely amazing. He actually speeded up my interpreting so much that I was actually overtaking the speaker. That means I was speaking ahead of the speaker before the speaker actually spoke. And the speaker, a few seconds later, said exactly the same thing as I had already said in advance as the interpreter. Now, the speaker can't hear what I'm saying. I mean, he doesn't have the headset on. And so the people who were listening, I mean, their eyes were like wide open. They were looking back. All of them who had the headsets at the interpreting booth behind where I was interpreting. And I mean, they didn't know what was going on. They were thinking to themselves, hang on a minute. In this conference, who's the interpreter and who's the speaker? Because the interpreter is speaking first, and then the speaker is speaking after the interpreter and saying exactly the same thing, but in the other language. So it was absolutely miraculous. And then, as soon as the conference ended, there were a whole lot of people who came to the back to the interpreter's booth who wanted to see who it was who was interpreting in such a miraculous way. Actually, it's even prophetic because with prophecy, we announce in advance what's going to happen. Well, here I was like saying in advance what was going to be said just afterwards. So it was also prophetic. And they all wanted to see who it was and shake my hand and thank me and oh, just share their gratitude of experiencing such a miracle. Now, let me just explain to you the principle that's going on here. Now, in Numbers 24, verse 9, in the New International Version of the Bible, it says, may those who bless you be blessed. Now, when we bless God, we are always blessed. He is the greater rewarder, the greatest rewarder of all those who diligently seek him. Now, if we work for him, he is the best boss, the best employer, the best working conditions, and the best rewards, which last forever, for all eternity. So, and on top of that, if we work for him without being paid, because I was volunteering for this, I didn't receive any financial reward from the organizers of the conference. I was just doing this like a volunteer. And if we're not like blessed and rewarded for the work we do for the Lord by other people, you can be sure that the Lord Himself is going to bless you ever so abundantly, infinitely more than any human being could ever bless you. And I tell you, I was so blessed when this happened. This was absolutely miraculous. And so, you see, you bless others, especially the Lord, and without looking for reward, and if you are not rewarded, the Lord will reward you and bless you ever so abundantly. And that is how to be